Hi, beautiful souls. Are you spiritually bypassing and not even being aware of it? Spiritual bypassing is basically living your life in love and light and not embracing the shadow work that needs to be done. And when we awaken, just like what happened with me, is that I stopped drinking and became sober, and I awakened really quickly. It was exactly what I needed at the time, and I spiritually grew really quickly. But I wasn't aware what I was doing, and it was pretty interesting when it was presented to me how I was healing. So my beliefs were to share love and light to everyone, to everything, be unconditional love for yourself and for others. And I was doing that, but I wasn't actually being still with myself and sitting down and actually getting to the roots of why I was who I was. And it was really interesting when it presented itself to me, and I was like, oh, wow. Like, I had no clue. And this is why I'm doing this video for you guys today, is just to help you figure out if you're spiritual bypassing. There's a couple ways around it and about it, and I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me. So I was on a women's retreat, and it was a beautiful retreat, and it was on many acres of land, and it was on a reservoir. So as soon as I set foot on the land, I was just feeling like I was home, and it was a beautiful moment. It was an old Indian reservation of land, and it was just beautiful. And one of the exercises techniques that we did was family constellations, and I was myself playing myself, and the facilitator was someone in my family, or actually my ex-husband. And it was astonishing to understand that she was acting like him, right? And she wanted me to get angry at him. And I immediately I immediately clammed up, and I immediately did not want to do that. I felt uncomfortable because as I was spiritually growing, I thought that we're not supposed to express our anger, and we're not supposed to do our shadows, because I didn't understand. And she actually explained to me that no, this is good. It's in a controlled environment. It is a safe environment to let your anger out, to just get it out, because I was holding it all in. I have been angry since I was 5 years old, and I've been carrying that forever, it seems like. So we need to get it out. And if we have exercises like family constellations, that was really helpful for me to play a role that wasn't really me anymore, but it needed to happen so I can let out the anger that I was holding on to from my divorce and towards my ex-husband, and being resentful for that period of life that I lived. And rest assured that a lot of this stuff from my childhood actually came out too, because I was holding all onto everything. I was holding onto that baggage. And this is what I'm trying to explain, is that feel your feelings. If you get triggered and you want to get angry, feel them. You don't necessarily have to act on them, but be aware that you still have anger you're holding on to, because it might not be, if someone cut you off on the road, it might not be towards that person. It might be because you're holding on to stuff from your past that you need to let go. And these triggers are great. I embrace my triggers, I welcome them, and I work through them. And this is what it's all about. But when we feel like, as I felt when I stopped drinking and I grew spiritually in a very quick manner, that I didn't feel that I should be my old self and show the anger, because I've always held on to anger since I was 5 years old. So I had a lot of anger in me. So to bypass that is just a disservice for yourself and for others, that the anger will come up and it might not be where we think it will come up. And so if we are aware that we're spiritual bypassing, and we get to the root of the problem and actually face our anger and what we are resenting, and our guilt and our shame and our sadness and grief, we will be able to feel our feelings, journal them, whatever you need to do, and however you process these emotions, and just let them go. Thank them. They were there for a reason. Thank them and just let them go and release them. There's other ways to spiritual bypass. It's not just that where we think we're love and light and we can't express anger and we can't express our low vibed emotions. It's a gift that we get to experience. And it's just the way that we deal with those and handle those on a daily basis, because they do come up. But it is our gift that we get to experience all that. And the other ways of spiritual bypassing is that I've worked with clients is that when people do meditations, and I do meditation every day, they heal their other dimensions. They heal the 4D, they heal the 5D, they heal all the dimensions, but somehow they are avoiding our 3D, our here and now, our present moment. And either they are scared to open up those shadows or fearful of what's going to happen. But when we heal our higher selves, that's fantastic. But I suggest to heal yourself now in the 3D first, and then go and heal all those other dimensions, because that's spiritual bypassing. And I learned how to upgrade my DNA, and it's a program that, you are connected with higher up and your people up, that's another video. But that's also spiritual bypassing, when you're downloading new DNA programs or any program to bypass, right, those uncomfortable feelings that we're feeling. That's spiritual bypassing. Whenever we heal stuff that's not for here and today and not from your body, that's spiritual bypassing. So yes, it's great that we are meditating. It's great that we can download our new DNA programs and new programs for digestion and all that. But that doesn't mean that we can spiritually bypass what needs to be healed today, so we can grow spiritually and be the best version of us today, in the present moment. And once I figured that out and that was presented to me, I was like, wow, that's exactly what I was doing. I wasn't showing my true emotions. I wasn't showing my true self. My true self had a lot of anger. But if we don't confront our shadows and we don't confront our low vibed emotions that we're holding on to, what growth are we actually enduring if we think about it? So this was just a video to see if you're spiritual bypassing, and if you are, why are you doing it? And sit still, be still, and meditate if you need to, journal if you need to, whatever use your tools in your resources in your tool belt to come up with why we are spiritual bypassing. And I knew my reasons because I didn't want to be that person anymore, but that's not who I was going forward. That was just my old self that needed to be loved and embraced and heard, right? And once I did that exercise and I pushed through my spiritual bypassing, it was very, very healing and very beneficial. And it actually was more beneficial than I thought, because my kids were calling me that weekend, which they do, but it was just a weird moment where they started calling me and expressing that, they missed me and all that. And it was because I was healing that part of me that was affecting them. And it was a beautiful process, a beautiful moment. And that's why I'm bringing this to you today. So thank you for watching. And I hope that we can all have love and light and unconditional love in our hearts and have a beautiful day. And thank you for watching. Bye for now. Big hugs.